So we'll start with the design of comprehensive building, that is your module number 1. So in these you need to design different components of the building like slab, beam, column, footing, etc. Staircase, already we had seen the design of the staircase. So now in this particular chapter you need to design for the different things, that is for the beams, for the columns, for the slab and for the footing. So we'll start with this sum. So following figure shows the framing plan of a residential building. As you can see in this diagram, they are shown you one plan of the residential building. In that, floor to floor height is given to you, that is 3.2 meter. And the grade of the concrete is given to you, that is M20, and the steel grade is given to you, that is Fe415. So all the columns are of size 300 by 300 millimeter, and this problem has been asked in May 2018 in Mumbai University for 20 marks. Mostly these type of problems comes for 20 minimum 20 marks and maximum 32 marks. So this particular problem has been asked in May 2018. So as you can see over here, in this particular plan, all columns are provided. So all columns are of the size 300 by 300, and they have told you to design B1 and S1. B1 is nothing but the beam and S1 is your slab, and the sides are given to you. So they have told you to design the slab, that is S1, that will be consisting of 8 marks. Then they have told you to draw the reinforcement details of S1. When you will go draw the reinforcement details of S1, you will get 2 marks. Then design of the beam B1 again for the 8 marks, and draw the reinforcement details of B1. That is for the 2 marks. So this is the bifurcation of the 20 marks. Here in this particular sum, you have to design for the slab S1 and for the beam B1. And also they have told you that beam B1 is provided with 8 millimeter diameter stirrups at the rate of 150 millimeter center to center throughout the length. So they have given you the spacing, that is of the 150 millimeter center to center throughout the length for the beam B1. So just note down the question, and if any queries in this you can ask. Floor to floor height is given to you as the grade of concrete and steel is being given to you, and the column size is being given to you, that is 300 by 300. So after completing the question, let me know so that I can scroll it down to draw the diagram. Okay. What about others? All the others had also completed the question. Should I proceed further? So now draw this diagram. Here in this particular diagram, beam B1 and S1 is given to you, as well as the staircase is given to you, as well as these are all columns is being provided to you, and the sizes are given to you. Okay, Tanvir, your question is remaining.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, complete it. Yes, completed the question. Should I scroll it down?
Yes.
Now draw this diagram. The sizes of the slab is given to you, that is 4 meter by 5 meter, and the size of the beam is given to you, that is 2 meter. After completing this much, let me know so that we can proceed further. Yes, it is from center to center. And the column size is given to you, that is 3 meter by 3 meter. Okay, done up till here. Should I scroll it down? Okay. So note down this one, the bifurcation of your question, that is for design for the slab and design for the beam. Design for the slab and the beam comes up for 8 marks, and for the reinforcement details is being done for S1 and B1 is for 2 marks. So like this total consists of the 20 marks. And if you are having any of the doubts or queries, you can discuss with me anytime. You can ask me. After completing, let me know. Yes, completed up till here. Everyone has completed up till here. Then first of all, we need to do the design for the slab. So for the design of the slab, the loads of the flight of the staircase and the landing will be directly distributed to the two ends of the beam. As you have seen in the diagram, just go through the diagram. आपका जो लोड है फ्लाइट का और स्टेयरकेस का, सी योर जस्ट द स्टेयरकेस का जो फ्लाइट का और लैंडिंग का लोड है, दैट विल बी डायरेक्टली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड टू द टू एंड्स ऑफ द बीम ऑफ द लेंथ 2 मीटर। जो आपका बीम का लेंथ है 2 मीटर का, उस पे डायरेक्टली इट इज डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिंग। सो बीम कैरीज नो लोड फ्रॉम द स्टेयरकेस। तो वो डायरेक्टली आपका आ रहा है, इसलिए जो बीम B1 है उस पे आपका स्टेयरकेस का कोई भी लोड नहीं आएगा। इट इज डायरेक्टली the total load of the landing as well as the flight is coming on the two ends of the beam. So as such the beam B1 carries no load from the staircase. मतलब another और separate staircase का कोई load उस पे act नहीं हो रहा है. So here this is the case with the discontinuous edges from all the four sides. So in this particular problem, this is of the case of the discontinuous edges from all the four sides. And as you can see, the thickness of the slab and the effective span. As you can see in this diagram, Lx, see this is your distance Lx, that is 4 meter, and this is your Ly distance, that is 5 meter. So now there are two types of slab, that is the one-way slab and the two-way slab. So one-way slab किसे बोलते हैं और two-way slab किसे बोलते हैं? Yes, anyone from you, can you let me know what is one-way slab and what is two-way slab?
MLY/LX डिस्टेंस अगर 2 से ज्यादा है तो वन वे, 2 से
Yeah.
कम है तो टू वे।
Yes. Yes. If the aspect ratio, that is Ly/Lx, Ly/Lx is greater than 2, then the slab is to be one-way slab, and if Ly/Lx ratio is less than 2, then the slab is two-way slab. So in this particular case, Ly/Lx ratio is 1.25, that is it is less than 2. So this is your two-way slab. So we need to design the two-way slab. So do up till here, then we shall proceed further, and if any doubts you can ask. First of all, we are going for the design of the slab S1, then we'll design for the beam B1. First of all, it is where before starting the design, it is very necessary, important to know that which type of slab you need to design. Either it is one way or either it is two way. अभी एक और important चीज है, one way slab में लोड कौन से स्पैन की तरफ एक्ट होता है और टू वे में कौन से स्पैन की तरफ जाता है. Always remember, in one way slab, the always the load is acting on the shorter span. But in two-way slab, the load is acting on the shorter as well as longer span both. So you have to remember this thing also. For one way, the load will be acting always on the shorter span. And for two-way slab, the load is acting on the shorter as well as longer span both. So do up till here. And if any doubts, you can ask. Then we'll proceed further. Is done up till here. Everyone had completed up till here. Should I proceed further? Yes. Should I proceed? Okay. Okay. So as per clause 24.1 of your IS 456/2000, now see your clause number 24.1 of your IS 456/2000. Refer your IS code 456/2000. So as per this clause, that is provision of 23.2 for beams applied to the slab. For two-way slabs, as we are going to design for the two-way slab, तो यहाँ पे as per this clause, that is 24.1 of your IS 456/2000, what they have told you, for two-way slab of the shorter span up to 3.5 meter, अगर mild steel reinforcement है तो span to overall depth ratio is given by, may be generally be assumed to satisfy vertical deflection limits for loading class up to 3 kilonewton per meter square. अगर shorter span है and if the two-way slabs we are going to design for the shorter span up to 3.5 meter, the wide field reinforcement and the vertical deflection for the loading class is up to 3 kilonewton per meter square. And for simply supported slab, they have told you to take it as 35, and for continuous slab, they have told you to take it as 40. And for higher strength deformed bars, that is HYSD bars of the grade FE415, here they have given you the grade FE415. तो HYSD बार के लिए उन्होंने क्या बोला है आपको? The values given should be multiplied by 0.8. मतलब ये जो भी ऊपर की values they had given to you, it should be multiplied by 0.8. So for simply supported, you have to take 30 to 35. You can take 30 also, and for continuous slab, you have to take it as 40. So according to this clause, we will proceed further. That is as per clause 24.1 of IS 456/2000. Same I have written over here, that is mentioned in the IS code. So note down this one. As per IS clause 24.1 of IS 456/2000 for two-way slab. शॉर्टर स्पैन के लिए दैट इज शॉर्टर स्पैन के लिए दैट इज अप टू 3.5 मीटर के लिए आपको स्पैन टू ओवरऑल डेप्थ रेशियो आपका वर्टिकल डिफ्लेक्शन शुड बी लिमिट टू मिनिमम 3 किलो न्यूटन पर मीटर स्क्वायर एंड सिंपली सपोर्टेड स्लैब का रेशियो रहेगा 35 एंड कंटिन्यूअस स्लैब का रहेगा 40. We are going to design for the simply supported slab only. And for high stand deform bars, you have to multiply the above value by 0.8. Yes, Faraz, any doubts? Yes, Faraz, you are having any query? Mute yourself. After completing this much, let me know so that we can proceed further. Is everyone done up till here? Completed? Okay. As however, if Lx is greater than 3.5 meter or live load is greater than 3 kilonewton per meter square, Lx by LD ratio will be same for the one-way slab. So this condition is also being satisfied. So if अगर Lx की value आपकी 3.5 से ज़्यादा है and live load is greater than 3 kilonewton per meter square, so Lx by D ratio will be same for the one way slab also. So यहाँ पे आपकी Lx की value 4 meter है, मतलब it is greater than your 3.5 meter. So Lx by LD, as they have told you, for HYSD bar, that is for the high yield strength bar, you need to multiply it by 0.8. So for simply supported, they have given you the value that is 35. But for safer side, we are considering it 30. So we can consider minimum 30 to 35 in the range. In some books, they had considered 30. In some books, they had considered 35. So you can consider any of the value for simply supported beam and for FE 415. So Lx by LD ratio, as we are going to consider simply supported slab, we need to multiply it by 0.8 into 30. The value comes up to be 24. Now Lx is given to you, that is 4000. So 4000 by D will equals to 24. इसमें से आपको depth की value मिलती है. So depth is your 166.67 mm. So approximately will be equals to 170 mm. So do up till here. Here we are going to provide the depth of 170 mm. I hope everyone understood up till here. If any doubts, you can ask. For FE 500, the condition is slightly different. When we will take the sum for FE 500, I will let you know. The next sum is for FE 500 only. Yes, done up till here. Everyone had got the depth, that is 170 mm. Should I proceed further? सबको डेप्थ की वैल्यू मिली 170 mm. Should I proceed further? Okay. Now you have to assume the 10 millimeter diameter bars which are used from the table number 16, clause number 26.4.2 of your IS code. From that, you can say the nominal concrete cover for the mild steel should be less than 20 mm. So, we'll refer your IS code, clause number 26.4.2. Here, the minimum values for the nominal cover for the normal weight of the aggregate is from the table number 16. See here, for the mild steel, the nominal concrete cover in mm is not less than 20. As we are going to use the mild steel, we will consider not less than 20. And for the main reinforcement, that is for up to 12 millimeter diameter bar, for mild steel exposure, the nominal cover may be reduced by 5 mm. So main reinforcement के लिए अगर आपका diameter 12 mm तक का है तो you can reduce it by 5 mm. मतलब अगर mild steel आपने 20 provide किया है so you can reduce it by 5 mm if your diameter is up to 12 mm. So remember this clause, that is 26.2, and it is table number 16 of your IS 456-2000. For mild steel, we are going to take it as 20. And if our main reinforcement is up to 12 mm diameter, you have to provide the nominal cover. It may be reduced by 5 mm. So, assuming 10 millimeter diameter bars, that is used from the table number 16, clause number 26.4.2. Nominal cover of the mild steel should not be less than 20 mm. That's what I have written over here. And for the main reinforcement, that is up to 12 millimeter diameter, for the mild steel exposure, the nominal cover may be reduced it by 5 mm. So note down this. So let's provide the cover of 20 minus 5, that is 15 mm. We are going to provide the cover of 15 mm. So do up till here, and after completing, let me know. You need to remember all the clause number and the table number of your IS 456-2000. Yes, completed. You have to provide cover of 15 mm. That is 20 minus 5. Is completed up till here, everyone? Okay. So आपने कवर प्रोवाइड किया है 15 mm का. Now dx. Now what is dx? Dx is nothing but this distance, as you can see over here. This is your total depth, and this 15 you are provided is of cover. And you have taken 10 millimeter 5 bars, 10 millimeter diameter bars you are going to take. So dx will be 170. 170 is nothing but the total d, total depth, minus 15, that is cover, minus 10 by 2, that is diameter by 2. So dx you are going to get it as 150. Dx is nothing but this distance, यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक का distance. Then dy, dy is dx, that is 150 minus 10, that is the diameter of the bar, that will be 140. As you can see in this diagram, this is for the x direction and this is for the y direction. यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो, this is your total depth d. Again, this 15 millimeter cover is being provided over here, and these 10 mm 5 bars are provided over here, and this dy is nothing but this distance. So calculate dx and dy. Then we'll proceed for the effective span. Cover आपने 15 provide किया है, and diameter of the bar you have taken it as 10 mm. मिनिमम 10 to 12 ले सकते हो डायमीटर ऑफ द बार. And as the mile steel is given to you, that's why you have taken the cover as 20. 20 minus 5, that is 15. Already we have seen from the IS code, that is from the table number 16. And if anyone is having any doubts, you can ask. Main reinforcement 12 है. Main reinforcement 12, we are not considered it as 12, we are considered it as 10 mm only. It is mentioned in the IS code that up to 12 you can take. So we are taken it as 10. It less than 1 minute is remaining. So rejoin the lecture again after 10 minutes. And those who are not given the attendance, give your attendance in the chat box. Yes, Mahfouz, understood. They have mentioned that up to 12 you can take, but we had considered the 10 mm diameter reinforcement. Yes, and did you understood or not?